This is a new series about fallen giants and my attempts at trying to revive past glories. My very first pick comes from Malaysia, a club called Selangor FC, who are the most successful and most decorated club in Malaysian history. The only issue with this club, they haven't tasted continental success since 1967. They won it once and that was it. As Selangor faded away, another club rose to take its place, Johor Darul Tazim, and are generally considered the most dominant side in Malaysian club football. Our goal? Simple. Finish as champions, do the double, and try our best to get back to the top of Asian football. And already an early result has embedded some belief into our squad. We took apart the defending league champions, Johor Darul Takzim, in emphatic fashion, left without a shot on target, or even a shot for that matter, for 85 minutes. Our goals displayed how we plan to use our fullbacks cutting inside to overwhelm any midfield, creating fantastic movement like this. So, how did I do this? Well, that's the objective of the show. I'm going to be sharing with you the adventure that might take as long as 5 seasons, and I will begin with how I set the club up, how we set up trading, tactics, and where we go from there. So I've taken on the persona of a former international player tasked with the job. This is one of the oldest leagues in Asia, starting initially as a competition that would pit the states of Malaysia against each other. Selangor is one of those states and was successful in the 60s. Now there are private clubs and states playing each other, but one issue clouds this league, and it's finances. Financial considerations will be paramount if we are to achieve our goal of reaching the summit in 5 seasons. These clubs are not rich. Is that even possible in a competition that's left them behind? The giants of Asia now come from Japan, South Korea, and the Middle East. Our closest regional competitors will have to be Singapore's club Lion City Sailors. My first encounter with the club leaves me a bit bewildered. We have two assistant managers being paid a salary. If you look at the budget, there's only room for one. One manager has a Continental Pro license, the other has a National C license. Ramon Marco, the Spaniard, tells me that our preferred formation should be a 4-2-3-1 considering the players. Muhammad Nizam Jamil, who has a tactical knowledge of two, stays quiet. I know why. Together, these two guys have a combined knowledge of tactics, which is around 11. It looks like I'm going to have to plan for one of these guys to go, but we can't sack staff or managers at this club. I can't afford early mutual termination. This club is operating on borderlines. In fact, we need scouts, physios. This phoenix isn't rising anytime soon. Player contracts are also usually for a season at most, so we can't really be going around telling players to leave the club. Whoever plays badly, well, I'll take their names down, put them into my black book, and at the end of the season, when they come knocking on my door, I won't be there. Next, training. We quickly arrange another friendly and tell the fitness coaches to get the players working harder in preseason. If they don't, their legs could run out of juice during the closing stages of the season. Matches will be played on Saturday, so we slot in match practice for that day. Now, the players who played the game, the starting 11, they will be given the rest day off so they don't have to go for match practice. The rest of the players at the club who were not involved in the starting 11, they will need to go back for training. We don't need players to have 2 days off here. They only need one. So, next tactics. I want to have three tactics: a 4-2-3-1, double DM system in case I have a really difficult away match that I need to tackle. Then, my preferred formation, which will be a 4-1-4-1. Finally, a formation for the youth team, which will be a 4-2-3-1-2. The league rules stipulate that the squad can have no more than 6 foreign players, and only 4 of them can come from outside Asia. In order for me to create a unique tactic for the youth team, I need to delegate youth development first, then go and create the tactics. Once it's all set up, I will assign the tactic for the youth team and lock that down. Then I will take individual training over myself, and this will allow me to customize the training in the future, and the youth team will continue to use the tactic that I've chosen for them. I intend to use a hybrid system for set pieces. We'll deliver our corners to the near post and use another for short corners. The key thing, as always, is going to be the priority list. I have no idea what my assistant is thinking. He wants the creators to be the lowest priority? Nah, that won't do. The highest priority will need to be the corner taker, aerial threats, and then creators. I can't have Goofy delivering crosses to Mickey Mouse. And before I forget, no mods will be used in this save. I don't import any more players. We're just going to have these nations loaded. Yes, there's a lot of nations. And I'm going to have all these leagues as playable. Yes, there are a lot of nations. And finally, check out how much detail we'll be using in this save. My CPU will be cooking. During preseason, I noticed that we really only have one striker up front, so I quickly promote two from the youth team and then give them individualized training. I then work to keep a notebook and set it up in such a way that it gives me reminders every 3 months so that I can track these players. I do not want to lose track of these two youth players, and if I find I'm not giving them enough match time, I need to put them back into the youth team. Otherwise, their development might get halted. I had a plan of speed running through this really quickly, but before I do that, I want to hear from you. Would you rather me speed run through this, come back in when 5 years are done and tell you how it's all gone and then, to pick the highlights and the lowlights and share them with you? Or would you rather it be more episodic? Yeah. 20-minute episodes, 10 minutes episodes featuring certain key moments in the season and how I dealt with them. This could be training related, it could be tactically related. Let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed today's show and I hope you have a happy new year. Please take care of yourselves. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Stay safe. I'll see you again soon. And yes, if you're still here, I want to thank you for sticking around this long. Um, there is a new series of shows that we're doing on Twitch and YouTube on Wednesdays. It's called Diagnosis with Dr. Jit. Yes, we are going to be diving into your saves and your tactics, something I've used to do before in a show called Game Changer and another one called Bring Your Tactics. We're merging the two into one show. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you too. And from me to you, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay safe, everyone.